I'm not even gonna try to do that whole counting backwards in Spanish.
Yeah, right.
We
Let's
need
do it in
coin
Chinese. Zero.
Chinese 0. We live, baby. We live.
Hey.
Hey, there we go. Boom. There he is. Hey, man, coming to you live, man, on Labor Day. Labor Day, man.
Putting
Hey,
in that work.
putting in that work, bro. Putting in that work. Hey, man. So welcome. Hey, dude, we are episode 65 of Technically Speaking, where we are giving you news
That you can use.
Hey. So I just want to share with the folks that originally the whole squad was going to take the day off, but Donald was like, nah, we got to do it for the people. And I was like, I'm with it. Okay. My daughter be doing that too. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
I love y'all, man. So
it's all for you. We want to get a lot of interaction, right? A lot of interaction. Send some questions and comments in, folks.
I like it. I like it. Speaking of interaction, dude, how was your Labor Day, man? So
It was
far,
pretty cool, man. So far, it's been all right. I went in and hung out with my lady and her kids. Went down to the little badminton club and jumped in the swimming pool for a little bit. Got in the hot tub and then rushed over here so I could get on here, talk to the people, and share that. I guess
that's what's up. Hey, that's what's up, dude.
What about you?
Man, I had to catch up on some work, so I wasn't here last week. For those who noticed that, because I was out hustling.
We missed you, man.
Hey, I missed y'all too, man. I was checking in with y'all in between events. Was in Montgomery, Alabama. I actually like it down there, man. It's a good vibe, man. Just out there putting that grind in, man. So just in between that, I had some work to catch up on. Caught a little cold, so you could probably hear that in my voice. Had to catch up on some work. Took baby girl to the park just to get some energy out. And I was like you, I was kind of rushing in because right on my way back, the wife was like, "Can you stop and get some stuff?" I'm like, I got the podcast. So
oh, that's cool. She was humble and showed you some grace. Like, all right,
Yeah. So it worked out. But hey, man, let's jump to it, man. Let's jump to it. So we got a good show for y'all tonight, man. We gonna get one of the things that I do when I'm on a holiday Monday is sometimes if I can, I'll try to catch up on like some entertainment. Like what I've been watching lately is Aliens Earth. Have you watched that?
No, I haven't. What's that about?
So I think because the different alien movies, they all over the place, right? As far as the timeline, I think that the Aliens Earth one is where they finally get the aliens to Earth. Like that's what all the movies are about. It's like they're trying to get the specimens of those aliens to Earth. And I think this show is the series on what that looks like when they finally get to Earth.
What is this, on Netflix or Hulu or something?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, I think I've seen the little advertisement in the little box part going by. Yeah. That's what that's about, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's good. It's good. So, yeah, man. Yep.
I have to check that out, man.
Yeah, it's good actually. You should, man. I think did you like the original Alien movies?
I did. I wasn't as big into Alien as I was into Predator, but I liked Sigourney Weaver and the plots. Sigourney Weaver was a great actress. She did a great job.
I know we got the millennial section later, but as a millennial, when I was a kid, I had a big old crush on Sigourney Weaver, boy, ever since Ghostbusters.
Yeah, right. She was a sexy lady for me being a preteen, yeah, man.
Yeah. Even before preteen, because Ghostbusters came out, we was little, and I think Alien came out. I don't know which came first, Aliens or Ghostbusters, but either way, I was watching those movies because of her.
Yeah, she was looking for the key, right? She needed the key for the lock.
Yes. Master.
Yeah, now that I'm an adult, I understand that metaphor and what they were talking about.
Yo, I never thought about that.
Yeah. Dude, I've been binge watching some crazy stuff, man. I like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They dropped a new season this year, so I've been watching that. And Cobra Kai, man, I binge watched Cobra Kai hardcore, bro. Watched all of that in like 1 week almost, and almost made me want to learn karate again.
Dude, I lost track. Like, I didn't realize they had got up to so many seasons. I was on it, man, like faithfully until probably about season 4.
Yeah.
So I got some catching up to do. I actually started all over so I can get caught up and
Yeah.
continue with it.
I wasn't expecting to get into it. You know, I kind of just watching it because my lady friend was over and we were just like, oh yeah, let's watch this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she was trying to say how like how the Karate Kid was the bad guy really, and how the Cobra Kai guy was the good guy. I'm like, what? Nah, the Cobra Kai is the bad guy, right? I gotta see what the fuck he's talking about.
It did kind of flip. That threw me off, like, cause Daniel's son kind of became like a jerk in the beginning.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I like how they flipped that. That was actually pretty cool how they did that. But so speaking of Hulu, I brought Hulu up because we're gonna talk about some Disney, man. I'm out here trying to get some of this Disney money, man, because ain't nobody got it like that Disney money, man. So Disney this past weekend had D23. D23. Are you familiar with that?
No, what's that about?
So D23 is Disney's version of Super Bowl, but for nerds.
What do you mean?
It's a huge like fandom event where they all get together in Anaheim, actually. And they make a bunch of major announcements. Like this year, they announced like a bunch of upcoming movies that are coming within the next year or two, and there's some major ones, dog. So they do this every single year, and it's really for those really hardcore Disney fans. They call it D23. So like the fan club of Disney is called D23. And then every year in August, they do this D23 event. So that's what it is, man. They made some major announcements, dog. We're going to jump right into it. So the first announcement they made, Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5 is coming next year, baby.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you gonna drop a bomb on that? Is it worthy of a bomb? Let's see. Which ones are worthy of bombs?
I like that. I call them out. And if you think it's worthy of a bomb, let me know. I'll drop the bomb on it. So this one here, what they're talking about is it's going to ask the question, will regular toys still matter in a world where kids are glued to their screens?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so, because they're still making. Yeah, there's always going to be merchandising. You know, there's all these things that that Lauren's kids are watching. They got the little toys that go right along with it. Still,
good point.
It's easy money. It's all about that merchandising.
It's all about that merch. Hey, you not lying, man. I know a lot of people come up off. You see, I'm wearing Guns N' Roses. I got this at a Guns N' Roses concert last year. So it's all about that merchandising, like you said, baby.
Hey, I gotta say this right here, man. I went to a King's Hawaiian event over there in Torrance where they linked up with a clothing line, right? I picked up a shirt, right? You know?
Hey, it's all about that merchandise. Good point, man. Good. Drop another bomb on that one. So coming up next, they announced Ice Age. A new Ice Age movie is coming out pretty soon, man. Did you ever rock with that?
I did. Now, see, I'd rather watch the Ice Age movie, man. I like the Ice Age because I like the sloth. Stupid ass sloth is funny. The little squirrel always trying to get the nut. That's always crazy too. You know, like I like the storylines.
Story of my life. Story of my life. Was that meant for the kids or?
I don't know, man. Disney is weird. I don't know who they're making movies for nowadays.
Dude, like, because that's how Shrek was, right? I remember when I took my older kids to go see Shrek, and there were so many innuendos. I'm like, who they make this movie for?
Yeah.
Just for kids or just for me?
Well, they know that they have to try and keep the adults entertained too, So it's their long-term market. They've been having that market sit for the last 30 years,
Good point.
They just got to evolve it and adapt it as we continue to change.
Good point.
Fucking Disney. There's a reason why they have all that money. They have some smart people on their staff.
Nah, you not lying. Speaking of being smart, they bring out another franchise that I love it. Zootopia. Zootopia 2 is coming out pretty soon. So what I gotta say about that, one of my favorite parts of that movie is Shakira. She's coming back in Gazelle. So I don't know. Did you ever watch that movie, the first one?
I think I've seen Zootopia, but I wasn't a super fan of it. I liked Pets better. Yeah, The Secret Life of Pets I liked the Pet movie better. But it was all right. I like the little spin that they had. The fox was cool, right? They had the fox, right? That was a sly fox.
Yep. My man played the fox, the voice. Dude from Ozarks. The main dude from Ozarks. Did you watch?
Oh, yeah. The white guy with the brown hair, comb over.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but he played that voice. So that was a good one. And then they announced Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, that's the one, man.
Drop a bomb on that one?
Yeah, drop some bombs on for the adults in the world, man. The millennials.
Hey, but so there's some drama with this one. So the drama is if this one don't perform, it might really be a doomsday for the Marvel brand.
Ooh,
They've been
I like
struggling.
that. Yeah, I
They've
like
been
that spin.
struggling. So
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
oh, I'm
Give
glad
example.
you asked that, man. I'm glad you gave me that alley-oop. So all right, so the last few movies that came out, they ain't do so well, dog. They ain't do so well. So the Thunderbolts, which I actually think was a good movie, Thunderbolts. I just watched it for the second time on Disney Plus, and I still liked it. So that came out. It earned $377 million. Sounds good, but they needed $425 million to break even.
Oh, and they only streamed that, huh? They didn't put it in the theaters at all. Just
It came out in the theaters, but the fact that you thought that it was streaming only is one of the problems.
Yeah. But I didn't see any advertising. There's no promotions.
Yeah, they took a villainous L on that one, bro. They hurting on that. And then fantastic. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, I want to see the Johnny Depp twist. That's or not the Johnny Depp, but the Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, the Iron Man twist. He's like Doom is supposed to be Iron Man or whatever. So I gotta see what that's all about, man.
I'm like 50-50, man. I'm 50-50 because in my opinion, and I'm just gonna throw this out there. We're gonna go over some more numbers, but I feel like one of the things that hurt them is the fact they dropped Jonathan Majors. Because Jonathan Majors was supposed to be the big villain.
Captain America? No.
Jonathan Majors, he was Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, because dude, he killed it. And he was playing so many different versions of that character, and they made that quick pivot, when they fired him, and they changed the storyline like right in the middle of everything. So I feel like that's one of the things that's hurting them. Like they should have brought Jonathan Majors back, because now they about to rush right into Dr. Doom to get everyone who's not really a fan to understand who Dr. Doom is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What you think about that?
Dude, yeah, I think for Marvel, there's just so many. It's hard to keep up and keep track with them all. And the ones that like are being put out are mostly, superheroes I haven't even heard of growing up. Like, I mean, some of these, like the Thunderbolts, for example, I haven't seen the show, but I know the Thunderbolts because I play the Marvel game on the phone all the time, right? So, I almost feel like that's why they're making all of these movies, or for this game, that they could have new characters that keep dropping in this game. But I don't know who.
Think about that. Good point.
Yeah, it's not like they're making Hulk movies anymore, or Iron Man, or even X-Men movies anymore. These are all like obscure superheroes that, like, I never read comic books, so all I saw were like cartoons or heard stuff. I don't know who any of these superheroes are, what their point is, and it's hard with Disney because a lot of their stuff leans so progressive that it's the subcontext behind a lot of these movies too. It's just
good point. Hey, you make a valid point. And the reason why it was like that is because they didn't have the licensing for like the X-Men. Fox owned it, but then that's why they bought Fox.
What about the Fantastic Four movie you were going to talk about, though? What's up with that one?
So the Fantastic Four, good point. So it earned $500 million worldwide, but it dropped 80% in week 2. So they came out screaming and thought they was really doing something, and then went down 80%. So because they were putting a lot of faith in Fantastic Four, be like, okay, this is finally someone that most people should know about, right? But I mean, it did good, and then just boop. And then you had Captain America: Brave New World. I thought it was cool. I think they could have did a little bit better with that one. The overall storyline of that movie was pretty cool, but I don't know. But it did good. So I mean, it did good, but even that one had a 68% drop in the second weekend. And the joke out there is that Shield didn't bounce back, man.
Yeah, man. It's just Disney needs to take like a 5 to 10 year break from making any Marvel and just give it a rest and try and create something new. because you're running it to the ground, man, with these new TV shows and movies and straight to Disney Plus releases and whatnot. Like, I can't keep up with it all, man, and I don't even want to try.
You know what? You make a good point, man, and that's why if you heard some of like the other brands that most people are familiar with, the Ice Age, the Toy Stories, and Incredibles, they coming out with Incredibles 3 too. So
Okay.
to your point, they're going back to the classics because they're like, okay, wait a minute, maybe this superhero fatigue. So I think that's what you just described right there.
Yeah. I mean, DC puts out movies too, man, almost just as many movies as Marvel does. It's like, that's all the movies that are being made in Hollywood are just these freaking super and TV shows, right?
Yeah, man. So do you think that that's what did it? The superhero fatigue? People
For
are
me,
just
it is.
yeah.
For me
So
personally, yeah. I think that and lack of advertising, probably. When you have 4 or 5 different things that you're trying to put out over 2 or 3 months, it's hard to invest all of your time to really blow something up. But if
yeah,
you do that, like they invested all that time in the movie Snow White, you have to put out a good movie. You know, Snow White was Disney's biggest movie that flopped, and is really the reason why I think Disney is on the downfall that it's on. It's because they messed up in their advertising and marketing with Snow White.
good point. Good point. Do you? They had so Disney, Marvel. One more, and I'll stop picking on them. Do you remember the movie The Marvels?
I do. I saw it when it came out in theaters, actually.
How'd you like it?
Surprisingly enough, it was all right for a chick flick. You know, it was chick flick for superhero movie for chicks. It's all good. It was. No, I took, the girl I was dating at the time, she loved it.
That's funny. It was cool. I liked it. I liked the extra scene. But to your point, right? As far as
The
like Snow White
ending,
money,
yeah,
huh?
the ending of that was crazy. When I don't want to give any spoilers, but like the one Marvel, she disappears and goes into like another
Yeah,
dimension and shit,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
just kind of
That
gets left with that.
that was like the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah, that was like the best part of the whole movie.
Well, that and I'll say, I forget her name, the chick that played Miss Marvel, because I had watched the Miss Marvel show. I like that character, and I like that young actress that plays her. Like
the Indian girl.
Yeah, she's in Pakistani Indian. I'm not sure 100%, but she killed it, dude. Like
she's a good actress.
She kept me engaged in that movie, man. But as engaged as I was, and that lady you took, they still lost $200 million on that, dog. They lost $200 million. So hopefully, man, these classics they going back to is going to help them get a jump start. And that's why you had asked about or you talked about what's his name again? That played Iron Man.
Oh, what's it? Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Hopefully, because they brought him back, hoping that they bring people back, that he could bring people back to the movie theater. So,
yeah, and it's working. That's the only reason why I'm gonna go watch it. If they wouldn't have revealed that it was him, I probably wouldn't be going to see this movie in the theaters. Because for me, it was over with Endgame. Like once Endgame happened, there's nothing else you can do. I saw Thor. Like the best movie they made since the whole thing ended was Thor: Love and Thunder.
I like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, that was a great movie. Had Christian Bale in it, man.
There was a few of them that came out so I did like that one. And I also like the Spider-Man No Way Home. I think was that one. The
The animated one.
Nah, the other one that had the 2 other Spider-Man in it, and Doctor Strange, No Way Home. That was good.
I might not have seen that one. Maybe I did, and I just don't remember.
Shang-Chi was good too. Corey Giovanni said we tripping. I don't know what he's saying. We tripping about. Hey, he I guess he's showing love, but nah, man. It just. But you're right though. It just wasn't the same ever since Endgame, man. It just. I think that Robert Downey Jr. man is proving that we want that old thing back, man. So.
Hey, I bet you Corey wish he was able to jump on right now and throw his 2 cents in on the matter. He got something to say.
He just said that. He said, "How y'all talking about Marvel without me?" Hey, man. I mean, it's just D23 was this weekend. Yeah, we got to talk about current stuff, man.
Hey. It's not too late, bro. You still have time.
It's not too late. You can always jump in, bro. You can always jump in. But yeah, man. Hopefully, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with Disney, man. If these classic titles will help them bounce back. But we about to go from Hollywood to the wrestling ring, man. What we got to talk about, man, in that wrestling ring?
Man, we're gonna talk about this big thing that Raja Jackson did on an independent wrestling venue, and it was pretty big actually. I'm sure a lot of people have seen the video of the young black man who goes into a wrestling ring, picks up a older white guy, slams him down on the mat, and then hits him in the face about 15 to 20 times. It was an extremely brutal attack, but it was something that happened in the process. You know, there were steps that led up to this, and
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking maybe we could jump into it a little bit. You know, have you seen the video at all?
I seen it. Yeah, I
What'd
seen
you
it.
think of the video, man? You ever see something like that before?
Not like that. Not
No?
like that. That was kind of crazy. So for me, my main question was that real or was that staged?
It was real. It
That
was
real.
it was set up for him to go into the ring and do an interaction, but that was only after some stuff had happened earlier. But when he did go into the ring, everything after that initial pickup was unscripted. Like he was supposed to just go up there and like double leg the guy, take him down, you know. But it was all a lead up. It wasn't initially supposed to happen like that at all. What happened was, there's Raja Jackson, and then the guy who he beat up, his wrestling name is Psycho Stu. And so they were at a wrestling school, and they were doing a small underground show. The wrestling school is called Knox, and it's owned by a former WWE wrestler named Rikishi, which is a big Samoan guy, part of the Samoan bloodline. He's the father of Jey Uso, which is one of the hottest WWE wrestlers right now, responsible for the Yeet movement. And so this was at his event. He wasn't there, but this happened on his event. So what happened is I guess Rampage Jackson's son met this wrestler through some means, and he brought the Raja to this show to show him what the show was like. And he brought him in, took him around, brought him backstage to meet some wrestlers or whatever. And because this is like a low budget place, their backstage was like literally in the parking lot. So, you know, the wrestling guy brings
going on in that parking lot while they was all there.
Yeah, well, they were drinking, you know, they said, and keep in mind, the whole thing was being recorded live. Like Raja Jackson has a cameraman that follows him. So the whole thing was being recorded. And you see him walk up to this group of people who are drinking. And one white guy with a super long beard and bald head named Psycho Stu didn't know who he was, but heard that he was going to be like participating in the show or whatever. And so he jokingly cracked him over the head with an empty beer can. And it was unprovoked.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was unprovoked and unaware. Like Raja he wasn't expecting, he didn't know he was about to get cracked in the head with a beer can. It was an empty beer can, so it could only hurt so much. It could have probably cut him, but you know, like that's a wrestling thing, you know, back to the Attitude Era. You take a beer can, you crack somebody over the head with that shit, right? If you're in a bar, you got a beer can, you're gonna crack somebody over the head. So anyways, dude hit him over the head. He was thinking that he was going to play along, like, oh, okay, this is a wrestling thing. And Rampage Jackson's son was like, nah. And he fucking stepped up to the dude. You see the dude kind of put his hands on him to calm him down. Raja Jackson swings his hands off, says, you know, don't touch me. And they go, and like the dude starts apologizing profusely, right? Profusely. And eventually Raja says, okay, it's cool or whatever. But the dude who brought him in said that he would be able to have an opportunity to get a receipt, which is pretty much like a return shot for him getting cracked in the head with that soda pop can. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's how the match got set up for him to interact in the match. So you'll see the video. They sit him down in the crowd. The show starts.
I got it queued up if you want to play it.
Yeah, please. Yeah, play
that thing. And this is courtesy of the New York Post. So hey, show us some love, man. We commentating here, okay, y'all?
Yeah.
Let's do.
You might. They probably got to blur it out, the part where he gets on top of him and just goes crazy.
They might. The one that I saw, it was blurred out, but we about to play that
thing. Like he's out right there. Boom, out. They didn't blur it. So.
So he going.
So that's like he threw about 20 punches.
in the
About 15 of them landed.
Moment.
Yep, he threw about 20 punches, about 15 of them landed, but all of them were on an unconscious man. That dude was out as soon as the back of his head hit that mat from that crazy ass slam. Like, he was out, and everything after that is just brain damage. And it was so. I got a little bit more. A lot of people are questioning, like, how can you see something like that and not have charges brought against you, right? Because that's a lot of people are asking, like, how come this guy's not in jail? You know, this guy pretty much just.
I seen some of those comments.
Yeah, right. So the reason why, and this is just my speculation, I don't have facts, but the reason why is because they gave him the opportunity to go into the ring and get somewhat of a payback. So the company would be liable for giving Raja Jackson the okay to get into the ring and do something aggressive. You know, now it was totally uncalled for what happened afterwards. But if you watch the video prior to him getting in the ring, he's on there live chatting with people. And people are like, you know, they are encouraging this man, prompting him up, saying they'll give him subscriptions if he does this, how many times he's gonna hit him. And you can see him getting more and more aggravated and frustrated. And I just picture myself there, you know, having these internet people just trolling me, you know, and then unleashing all of that young Gen Z rage out.
Because that was a lot of rage there, dog. That was a lot of it. And and this Rampage Jackson's son. So, because I read some of the comments on one of the videos, man, and like people were like, how come he didn't clap back in the parking lot? Like, because that's right. If you were gonna do it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That kind of seemed it like, to me, it was almost like a sucker punch. Like, why didn't you do it right there, face to face, right when he hit with the bottle? So that I felt like that was a sucker move, man. Like,
well, you know, you gotta. I almost want to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, a couple of weeks prior, he went to like a karate tournament or something. He was sparring in a dojo, and someone kicked him in the head. Took like a roundhouse kick to the head, and he got hit pretty hard, right? And so that's what Rampage Jackson was talking about in his interview when he was saying that his son had a concussion or might have had a concussion and wasn't in his right state of mind. Because a couple of weeks earlier he did that. So another part of Raja Jackson's aggression was the fact he felt like people were just kept fucking with him. You know, when he left, he was still live streaming on Kick saying, man, these guys keep messing with me. Why do these guys keep on fucking messing with me?
I saw that.
But he did lose his Kick account. He's no longer allowed to stream on Kick. He's not allowed to. He's probably never going to be able to do any type of pro fighting. So there is going to be some discipline, but I don't think he's going to go to jail. I don't think he's going to go to jail. What do you think? You think he should go to jail?
I mean, with everything you just said, nah, I don't think he needs to go to jail. I don't think he needs to go to jail, but he gonna suffer. Like, losing like some of that stuff that you said he's gonna lose. I think like that's. Yeah, he kind of deserves that, man, because he took a little too far, man. Like that slam, he slammed the hell out of him. That would have been enough. I feel like. Yeah.
Or even after the first 2 or 3 punches that you got.
You made your point, man. You made your point.
It's like I've seen the blackout rage. This is why I don't like watching UFC fighting anymore, because I've seen that blackout rage where they just you know he's fucking unconscious, right? And but you continue to attack this man. That should make me sick, man. But I do want to say that, you know, in closing, that there are some things that could have been done that would have made this whole situation not even happen. Like, if they would have avoided certain situations, other situations wouldn't have arrived. Like, first of all, they shouldn't have let Raja go backstage and meet the other wrestlers, right? If he was just there on promo thing so he could see what was going on, that's fine. But keep him in the audience. The second thing, the Stu guy had no right to crack a beer can over this guy's head. But after that happened, if I were the promoter, I would have told the guy to go home, because he fucked up. He shouldn't have done that. And that right there would have saved the problem. And none of this would have happened. Or if you decided not to send him home, you don't tell Raja Jackson, all right, we're going to give you an opportunity to get a return leg back, right? You don't let him get in the fucking ring and do anything, you know, anything. Yeah, you have him, if he's going to be staying there, you know, you're gonna have him fucking just sitting there, you know, and so if you know, there are so many things that could have been done to avoid this whole
Yeah,
situation, you
yeah.
know,
Yeah,
that
you
it,
got me with the why crack the beer bottle on his head. Like, I don't know if that's like part of the culture within wrestling. Maybe that's something that's cool there. But if you got someone outside of the culture, then
yeah,
I that you shouldn't have did that, dog. Like, who
yeah,
does that? I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand that joke. Like, I
mhm,
understand why Raja wanted to put them hands on him. I just don't understand why he didn't do it right there immediately.
yeah,
Well, I mean, I guess they were trying to like apologize, but it just came back, man. So, hey, man, stop playing too much, man. Damn.
yeah, for real, right? Well, you know, well, think about this. And I guess this has just been my last point. Like, you know, you see this guy, he's walking around with a video camera. You're a no name veteran with post traumatic stress, and you're just like doing wrestling because it's a hobby for you to relieve yourself from getting, you know, post traumatic stress disorder and whatnot. And you see some guy who you don't know, because most people don't know who this guy is if they see him walk up, and you think he's going to get into the business. You kind of assume like, oh, this guy knows what's going on. Let me, you know, play a little bit. There are some people that are like that. They're not the smartest
Yeah,
people, but they're not
yeah,
aggressively trying to start anything, you know. And I think that's what happened. And because, you know, if the dude really had a problem, he wouldn't have been begging. He was fucking begging that kid, like, I am so sorry, please forgive me, for like
yeah.
10-15 minutes, you know.
Nah, good point. Good point. Just do a better job acclimating people. Like,
Yeah,
just kind of just let you know they like to play like this. So, but don't take it serious, because he took that damn bottle to the head. Like,
yeah. Well, beer can.
it was a beer can.
Yeah, empty
Oh,
beer
okay,
can.
okay. Empty beer can. I mean, he took it, but no, good
Yeah.
point. Just get people acclimated, man. Get people acclimated. Hey, you made a good point. As far as like a veteran doing something to kind of like help deal with PTSD, man. That actually brings up a story of mine that I have. When I was on active duty, I actually had a roommate that
Mhm.
was in the Air Force with me. His name was AJ Summers. Shout out to you, AJ Summers. I know he's out there in Houston doing his thing, man. Speaking of which, that's not that far from me. So AJ Summers, if you see this, we need to link up, man. We need to link up. But so at that time, he wrestled on the side. Dude, he in the league that so we were stationed in Tucson, Arizona. The league that he wrestled in, they did a lot of stuff in Phoenix. And it was like I don't know if the verbiage is right, but it was like the minor league for WWE. It's like the league they recruit from for WWE.
Developmental groups. Yeah.
That sounded about right. So he was doing those type of fights, man. I'm talking, you go to those fights, it was, lower budget, but it still had everything you're used to seeing. Like, and he had his own fan club and everything, man. I
Oh
remember
wow.
going to his fights up there. And he went by AJ Summers. He don't really need a new nickname, but dude, you get there, man, hanging out with him. You had girls who had the signs and stuff. AJ Summers, AJ
Yeah.
Summers. Like, dude,
That's a
it
good
was
name.
yeah, it was a good turned up scene, man. He was doing this thing, but check this out. All wrestlers have their finishing moves, right?
Mhm.
Guess what the name of his finishing move was?
I have no idea.
It was the Summer's Eve.
How do you do a backflip? Sounds like a backflip move.
What was it? It was some type of slam. It was some
Oh,
type of
okay.
slam. But you would hear the announcer say, "Here it comes! It's the Summer's Eve." I was waiting. It finally hit you.
Oh wait, yeah, that's like a wait. Isn't that a feminine product?
It is.
Oh no.
It
You
didn't
got,
hit you the first time.
nah, yeah, you gotta change that, brother Summers. Yikes.
Oh man, and I had two other roommates at the time, and we all went up there together, and we all looked at each other. They was like, "Did they just call it the Summer's Eve?" And we was like, "Bro, why'd you name your finishing move the Summer's Eve?" He was like, "Cause it's cool."
Um, well, I guess maybe is it, ladies? Is it?
Hey, John and females, for a wrestler to have a finishing move called the Summer's Eve, man, like the Summer's Eve, what y'all think about that? Nah, but it was a good time, man. But no, that's just a highlight, because the PT, you don't need something to like help you with the PTSD just when you get out. A lot of active duty people do stuff when they're still in, right? Because I mean, you going on deployments and going on training, exercises and stuff, being away from family, friends, stuff like that. So it gets to you, man. So that was one of the things he did. Dude, there was all kind of stuff, man. I had another roommate. He was in a rock band, like a full scale rock band. Like, dude, he used to, we would go to his events. And then, you know, me, I did my thing, you know, doing the underground rap scene. So, dude, just in that house, when we had like barbecues and functions, man, it would get wild because you would have the wrestling crew from AJ Summers, you would have the rock crew from my other roommate, and then you have my crew, which was the underground hip hop crew, man. We had some good times, man. And that's how you deal with it, right? You do whatever you can to make some good vibes to take your mind off the pain. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was all good stuff right there, man. So we're gonna take it back. Say what?
Well, I was just gonna ask, did he do like any like high school wrestling? Like was he like did like the Greco-Roman wrestling at all?
He did.
Yeah. Okay. Did he have the cauliflower ear? Like the cauliflower ears?
No? He didn't have the cauliflower ears. Not that I can remember, but I think he wore his head guards.
Okay.
Because if you wear that, you won't get them, right?
I don't know. Yeah, it's supposed to protect it from getting ripped, I think, or some shit like that. I think that's what it is. They like in the lockup, they can yank your ear off somehow. I don't know. I never did that shit, man. It's too much on the ground grinding for me, man.
No, I feel that. I had another friend who was also active duty Air Force. T Will. Shout out to you, man. If you see this, he was into jujitsu. And matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he's still doing it. He's a black belt now. Man,
I went bones.
Dude. Yeah, I went with him to go. What do they call it? Roll around on the mat or something, whatever y'all call it out there. Yeah. Dude, just within the first like couple of seconds, I was beat. Man, hey, I had my ass handed to me, man. That ain't no joke. You gotta
No, that's one of the most effective martial arts, man.
I tapped that real quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. And some branches they teach that. As far as like the main way of fighting, I'm pretty sure Army, a lot of special forces, they teach that, man. But we do a lot of stuff, man, to help deal with just some of the things we come across being active duty, PTSD, wrestling, sports. A lot of people most bases have like intramural basketball. So yeah, it's a lot. Softball, baseball, football.
So let me ask you something, because these all sound like team events. You're saying that it's best to be with a group of people. Are there anything you can suggest for people who are like a little bit more introverted and aren't necessarily fans of groups, but still can suffer from stress?
Ooh, good point.
Because I gotta imagine like going on like a long like motorcycle ride or like walking the beach would be cool, but would that get boring after a while? I don't know.
It depends. So, I mean, ironically enough, I love just to chill at the beach. Dude, I could chill on the beach and just listen to the ocean all day. That works for me, but I think everyone's different, right? You got some bikers. Actually, there's a bunch of, I actually work with throughout my career, a bunch of people that are part of biker groups. I'll just use that term, biker groups. I'll run into them in public and they would have their colors on and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. I see you, homie. So I don't know how that works. I don't know nothing about that world, but no, some would. So, I mean, but then that's still in a group, right? So I don't know if some people just want to just bike on their own. A lot of people go hiking. A lot of people are, I knew quite a few people that were bodybuilders, male and female. Actually, I know a Major right now here in San Antonio. She bodybuilds on the side. And then she actually does a lot of cosplay. She goes to like all of the cons, like anime cons and all kind of stuff, man. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But then again, that's still with a group.
Yeah.
I have the beach. I do that, and that's on my own with my family, right? So I'm trying to think. What is something for people that kind of want to be to themselves? That's a good question. Hey, chime in. Anyone watching this video, if you're a veteran, let me know something you do that doesn't involve having to be in a group if you're an introvert. Because I'm like, the younger airmen, as I was getting ready to end my career, they were into like Magics, Dungeons and Dragons, all kind of stuff. What's that one? It was in Grown Ups. when they do like the make believe fighting, fantasy fighting, and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, LARPing or something like that.
LARPing,
Live action role play, I think is what
yeah,
it's called.
dude, they're heavy into that. There's a bunch of them that's into like heavy into Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. That's a huge thing actually. There's like a whole like mafia of the Harry Potter fans, man. They all go to Orlando to go to the Harry Potter exhibit down there. So that's one thing. Comic books. I'm categorized in the comic book nerd category. So every once in a while I would run into another comic book geek, but we were outnumbered by the Harry Potter folks, the Magics, Dungeon and Dragons, the gamers,
Right.
a lot of those. I don't know if that's considered something like introvert is
Could
because
be.
so there's a lot of those, dude. They game, dude, even way back. I'm about to age myself. So before the technology got to where it is now, dude, they would do what we would call LAN parties. So I don't have you ever
I know
heard
what
of
those
LAN?
are. Yeah.
Yes, that was heavy. That was heavy. They did that heavy to set that up. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a
So
lot,
the
man.
internet, let me ask you that, because that's something that everybody seems to have access to now. You think that for not just veterans either, but anybody who's suffering from post-traumatic stress could find the solution behind the screen on the internet, or you think maybe they should try and focus on more outdoors activities?
Uh
Well, and that'll be my last question, because I know
no,
that's a tough one.
that is a tough one, man. Because part of me is like still like whatever works for that person, right? Maybe I would say maybe a hybrid mixture of both.
Mm,
Maybe go out because you still need to move around, get some fresh air, stuff like that. But I mean, if I know early on when Corey and I started talking about like AI and how you could use AI for mental health, man. We had my friend on a while back. I mean, maybe you could create yourself a GPT or use a GPT that was trained to kind of give you some help. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And maybe that GPT will give you some things to try outside, right?
yeah,
Because these things are pretty slick nowadays, man. So I know we've heard the bad stories of AI, but there's some good that comes from it too. So where
yeah,
maybe, to your point, if someone who is an introvert, they don't really want to be around people. Maybe they don't even want to go talk to someone, but maybe they set something up and start their own conversation that was trained to help. So I think that was a great question. That
yeah.
was a great question to end this segment on. Ways for veterans and anyone with PTSD to find activities to help heal. So that was a great question, man.
People just want to know that they're loved, and cared
Yeah,
for,
no,
ultimately.
for real, man. I'll tell you what. In my experience, I think veterans do a pretty good job of doing that. I'll tell one last story. And because I worked with someone who had really bad PTSD. And when I figured out what caused it, whenever I would see him flare up, I would just tell other people that I work with, like, hey, just give him a minute, give him his space, let him get through it. You know what I mean? Um, and because we've seen that before, you know what I mean? And so we kind of see the signs of when other veterans have it. So I think we do a good job if at least in the workplace, if we see that. I was able to be like, hey, just give him a minute. You know what I mean? Like just let him chill. Maybe we may even need to send him home or something. You know what I mean? So I think we do a good job, man. And I think a lot of it too is just how do we replicate that in the regular world, right? Because I know in the veteran world, we do a lot to look out for each other. So, but I'm wondering, like, how do we replicate that in the regular world with the communities of people that are not veterans? What you think
Yeah.
about that, man?
Man, you got to have more group settings that are similar to church without it being an actual church. Because like if church is a great place for people to go and meet people of all different places, and then you go back home and live your life for 6 days, and then you come back for a couple hours and you get like recharged again for the weekend. But not
Yeah,
everybody goes to church. So it's like for the people who don't do the church thing, what is offered to them? Like I always picture like old ladies in the bingo halls, old guys like At the track. You know, I don't know.
Hey, you know what? Hey, that's a good point. My lady loves to go to the bingo hall, man. I need to take her. So good point, man. Just find what works for you. But I will say this: I encourage you, if you are dealing with that, or you know someone that's dealing with PTSD, help them out, man. And you maybe they need some extra help. You may need to just let them know, hey, I'm here for you, and take them or whatever, right? Because I know it can be tough, man. So that was a great topic, man. What we gonna end this show with, man? We got the Millennial Moment, man. What's our Millennial Moment this show?
Man, we're keeping it wrestling themed, bro. We're gonna go on ahead and close it out with the theories of the WWE Attitude Era and its effects on me and people like me. So yeah, you know, we've been kind of talking a little bit of wrestling today, and I don't know, a few weeks ago we were talking about Hulk Hogan and we were kind of reminiscing a little bit, and it got me thinking about how much of an impact that wrestling has had on my life. Most of its impact on my life though was like teenage years, and so I remember watching wrestling as a little kid, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage. But when those guys kind of left, there was a new crop of people that came in, and this was like around 1997. And there were two brands at the time. There was the WWF and the WCW, and they were both trying to push new content that was more oriented towards like the younger generation.
Yeah.
And the younger generation at that time, the big things that were happening during 97 through 2002, Jerry Springer was hot. Maury Povich was hot. Alternative music like Rage Against the Machine, Korn, Limp Bizkit was hot. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg was hot. Tupac was hot. You know what I'm saying? All of these genres that were like, fuck you. You can't do what, you know, I'm not going to do what you tell me, you know? So that was, okay. Yeah. So like the late 90s, right? Like early 2000s. And did you watch wrestling at all during this time? Like this would be the Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I was still in it. Yeah. I was still in it. Yeah. I was heavy into wrestling until I really got deep into my military career, 2000 on. But yeah, I was all the way up to 2000. I was still in it.
Okay, tell me a little bit about what you might remember, if you got any memories.
Undertaker was still popping too. What was the one? So, because what I remember from around that time frame is when they were coming out doing this.
Yeah, that was
that same time frame. Who was that?
Yeah, that was D23 X. That was Shawn Michaels and Triple H. They're responsible for the whole suck it thing, right? You got a bunch of 10, 15, 20-year-old kids running around the streets in schools telling everybody, suck it.
You know, and I was a big Shawn Michaels fan too. So, hey, because they call him the Heartbreak Kid, man. So I felt like I was a little heartbreak kid. You know what I mean? That was right there. Never mind, man. But you know,
he had the ladies, man. But when Stone Cold Steve Austin came in, and he came in there and started whooping ass, that was when everything started changing, man. Like he won this one event, and he got up on the stage at the end of the words, and he said something about like, you know, you got your Psalms, you got your Proverbs, you got your John 3:16s. Well, Austin 3:16 says, I just whooped your ass.
Hey!
And that's your Attitude Era mentality, you know. He took this theme and he evolutionized the generations from 1997 to 2002 and embraced that whole culture of fuck you, we're not going to do what you tell me. And he took this battle with the owner, Vince McMahon, and it was a great back and forth battle of a blue collar worker having an issue with his boss, a billionaire, and this billionaire shitting all over this blue collar worker. You know, it's a classic story of low class versus high class, and it played very well to the audience, you know.
Good point. I never looked at it like that because, I will say that in the 2000s, somehow I did get very kind of like against the grain. Like, man, fuck authority. I ain't got to do what you say. I'm going to do it my way. Hey, drop the ball on that. Dude,
telling you, man.
When you break it down like that, hey, I can see that because when I go, man.
So here's another thing. Think about this. Think about The Rock. We all know Dwayne The Rock Johnson, right?
Was he in that era?
Yeah, but he was young. He was just starting. The dude was like probably 24, 25. And this was when and it's fun because when you see him in Hollywood now, and he's this big, huge actor. But you see how he started off at the beginning as a wrestler. You see how he developed his personality to become this big movie star. But this was during a time where he was getting on the microphone and he was just spitting fucking verbiage, man. You jabroni, I'm gonna take you to the SmackDown Hotel. I'm eating this poontang pie all day long. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying? And so like these guys influenced my life through the 90s, and I wish I could have like shared wrestling, but I was embarrassed to admit that I was a wrestling fan and whatnot. So I never shared shit, but it was weird because like I'd always have these feelings in the back of my head.
We was kicking it heavy back then. I didn't know, man. I was into it too. Shoot, man. Hey, The Rock, man, he had bars. The main one was, "Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?" Like that one was like, ooh, hey, he'll ask a question and he'll be like, "It doesn't matter."
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Dude, yeah, he had that eyebrow. He shoot that eyebrow up. You know what I'm saying?
I can't do it. Mess around. Call 911. You all right if I try to do it?
Yeah, man. You know what else?
Go ahead.
The girls started becoming more erotic during the Attitude Era. Before they used to just be like every now and then you'd see women wrestling, but like you're watching WWE.
Remember China?
Yeah, China, man.
She was more built like a man.
Rest in peace.
But after her, rest in peace. But after, you're right. After that, it was like basically models in the ring.
Yeah, that's all it was. And they specifically designed it that way. They wanted to have a lot of hot ass walking around because the other thing that was popular besides Fuck Authority was Jerry Springer. These girls walking around on the Jerry Springer show getting crazy and in each other's faces. And that's what you would get. You would get episodes of these Jerry Springer shows. One of the writers, in fact, his name is Vince Russo, who's accredited for doing a lot of the creative writing during the Attitude Era, talks in his documentaries about how he specifically looked towards Jerry Springer shows, and they would watch Jerry Springer episodes and they would literally take shit from Jerry Springer and replicate it in the WWE the same way they did with the whole Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon anti-authority thing. You know, they took a real life story, or like even if you think of NWO in the WCW side, like they started kind of the gang banging aspect of the 90s when the Bloods and Crips and gang banging was hard. The NWO came in there like, we're the NWO, and then they split up their factions. You got the red side and you got the black side, you know, and they were operating like they were. I remember that. Yeah, you know, it was like gang mentality. So the whole entire wrestling scene, I think, definitely played a role in my life, and even to this day, like I still have a hard time accepting authority from some people. Like I almost to an extent expect to be respected before I'm going to give you respect, as opposed to it being the other way around. And so it's like, at the same time though, I can't put all the blame on WWE because all they did was just pull from what was happening in society around them and magnify it by 1,000.
Good point.
And they're doing the same thing today with what's going on. And honestly, they did it back in the 60s and 50s too, man. I mean, they had people who were acting like Nazis and, you know, right?
That didn't age well.
Yeah. Right. They're all dead now. That generation's long gone, I think.
Good point, because even early on when I was like kind of new to wrestling, you had Sergeant Slaughter. And at that time, they were pushing like patriotism. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because then he had a character in G.I. Joe. You know what I mean? So, yeah, good point. Because like we were still in the Cold War in the 80s, so they wanted you to be like America. You know what I mean? So
and you remember if you were still watching at that time when Sergeant Slaughter turned bad and then started supporting Iraq?
Yeah.
And became like the most hated fucking person in America. Yeah. He got real life death threats. Like every day they were constantly sending them death threats to his house.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I remember that because my favorite wrestler of all time, no matter what, hands down, was the Ultimate Warrior, baby. Hey, Ultimate Warrior and
shaking the ropes.
Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan were the ones that were like the answer to Sergeant Slaughter when he went bad. So I remember that. Dude. That. Hey man, the Ultimate Warrior.
It's all part of that promoting. Like Vince McMahon, he's a smart man. He knew what would happen. He got this big super American hero now, and you can't have him keep going against other Americans. You know, so you turn another American hero evil, bam, now you got the best supervillain versus you got your Lex Luthor versus Superman.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, that was good. Excellent point, man. Excellent point. Ooh, and you know what?
Yeah, what's up?
I was gonna say, because I kind of have that same issue, like you said, with having a hard time respecting authority. The only thing that got me around that was I ran into some people that introduced me to like professional development and self-development. So I kind of was able to like take the steps I needed to recondition my brain out of that. Because before that, dude, like, yes, I was like, I was in the Air Force. We got different rankings, but in the Navy, they got the chief petty officer, right? I was chief petty officer Moreno, baby. I was here for the smoke. You know what I mean? Like, but no, a lot of professional development I had to do to kind of get around that, man, because I had to learn that, like, in any team, you know, there's going to be someone that's leading that team. So you got to respect that authority, because success is a team sport. So that's what kind of reprogrammed my brain. But I was there too, dog. I was saying it earlier, like earlier on when I was a young airman, my mouth got me in a lot of trouble. And after hearing you take this journey, I was probably replicating some of that behavior I saw on WWE, dog.
Now, see, this is a great close for me too. Let me ask you this, man, because now that I'm older and I look at it and I see how other people have used propaganda to influence the way people think and manipulating the way groups of people think sometimes. And you know, watching wrestling now, I see a lot, as far back as I can remember, it's all written and designed to make you think and feel a certain way. Before it was all hidden. Nobody knew it was fake, but now everybody knows it's a storyline that's written and whatnot. So it makes me wonder when they deliberately write some of these storylines that put emphasis on particular things, especially during like the Attitude Era. You know, were they designing propaganda to make us be specifically like that, anti-authority? You know, like, do you think wrestling is in some ways propaganda? So that they use to manipulate people to, you know, think and feel a certain way?
You know what? I think all forms of art can be used that way. I remember when I was deep in music, man, I forget who I heard this say, but I've heard plenty of people say it since then, as they say art is more powerful than politicians. Like, an artist can have more power than a politician. Highly regarded artist, name it, right? You're a superstar in any genre of art, wrestling, music, whatever, can influence the masses the way a president cannot, right? So, and I'm gonna merge it without getting too political. Think about Trump. He's probably the most influential president we've ever had, but he was a celebrity first. You know what I'm saying? So to your point, maybe I don't have enough, you know, data to confirm or deny, but I think so, man. Because I know hip hop used to always get flack for that, because they be like, oh, you're the ones, the reason why the hood is the hood and this and that. So and maybe some of it is true, but I don't know. And we know there have been case studies in the past on how art was being used to kind of like condition certain people, right? There's definitely countries that put out, you know, movies and different type of stuff that will try to condition them to see Americans certain ways. We do the same thing, you know what I mean? So
well, that's you know, and I say that because I think of, like, you know, that was I'm not going to get into this at all, but like, that's what a lot of the Nazis did. They used a lot of that propaganda on their people that made their people believe these particular aspects that made them back that, and it was deliberately targeted. You know, there was someone who wrote it and designed it to be that way. And are those people evil?
We did that too. So I was watching I forget the name of that movie. It had Jonathan Majors in it, and I can't remember the name of the movie. It was on HBO. That's kind of what made him popular. But the storyline took place during the Korean War. And they were handing out flyers basically saying, hey, the Americans are here to help you. We're here to save you. And it's snap, blah, 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 blah. That's, you know, paper form of art, but it was propaganda, right? So, yeah, I would imagine that if I would probably say the WWE was probably used for propaganda to help push patriotism, because you've seen that a lot throughout the course, at least from as far back and early as I can remember, even with Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah.
He was doing songs and stuff about America, and there was always reiterations of, hey man, America's great, be a great American, be a patriot, blah blah blah.
Be a hero, good guy.
Yeah, John Cena, he got out and well, he didn't even get out, but he did a movie called The Marine. You know what I mean? Like, so to your point, I think so. I think they are guilty, and not in a bad way, of being used to push patriotism in the U.S., man. At least that's what I've seen. If there's any other type of motive, I don't know, but I definitely seen that.
Yeah, I don't believe it, and I also think a lot of people watching it, can have the common sense to see through this stuff nowadays, but it's one of those things that kind of lingered in the back of my mind sometimes. Like, man,
I mean,
they were trying to teach me to say fuck the authority, and they succeeded. I was like, fuck the authority for a really long time. They could suck it,
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that was the intent, but it
worked.
It was a side effect. I think it was an unintentional side effect because it worked on me. Hey, chime in, anyone watching this on the playback, or even who's live now. Did you think that had an effect on you? What did you call that era again?
Man, it was called the Attitude. It's dubbed the Attitude Era. From 1997 till 2002.
Let us know. Did that impact you and cause you to have little regard for authority the way it did for us? Because I was guilty of it. Let us know, man. But I think that's all we got for tonight, man. That was a good conversation, man. Hey, shout out to Bobby. She's out taking time with her family. Corey Giovanni taking time with his family, man. He still chimed in with us, but everyone that tuned in with us this Labor Day, man, that's why we did this, because we was like, hey, if people still want to just check in and join the conversation on Labor Day while they're eating some of that potato salad, we here.
Yeah,
we here.
We're doing it for the people, man.
Yeah,
it's like The Rock says, for the millions and millions of the technically speaking fans.
Hey. Speaking of which, we gonna start signing off here, but we do want to celebrate. We just hit the first milestone, man. Should we tell them now, or should we wait for everyone else?
Do it now, man. Do it now.
We're gonna do it now. So if you're growing your channel, the first milestone of a YouTube channel is that first subscriber. I'm gonna keep it real with that. And then the next milestone is when you hit 500, and we hit that recently. So to your point, millions and millions of people that are down with technically speaking, maybe they haven't found us yet, but there's 500 of y'all that did. So I just want to say thank you, man. We love y'all. We appreciate it. Thanks for connecting with us. You know what I mean? Anyone who kind of just stumbled on this channel and watched this video, make sure to take the time, like and subscribe. You know what I mean? We're going to keep growing together, having these good conversations, because Dr. Poole, he brings up some good topics, man. That was a good one. That was a good one, sir.
Just try and have some fun, not everything in life is so serious. Sometimes we got to just like sit back and have some good times.
Yes.
Especially on the holidays like Labor Day. It's a good day. Drink some beer.
On the holiday. Yes, drink some beer. I can't drink beer because I'm allergic to gluten, so I'm gonna drink some wine or some, you know what I'm saying, some Hennessy or something. You know, BSO Pate.
All right.
What you sipping on?
Man, I'll tell you, if I had some Hennessy, I would mix it with some pineapple and have a Hennessy and pineapple with you. But I'm drinking Coca-Cola and water today, sir. I quit drinking a long time ago, but every now and then I like to crack a beer or have a little drink. Otherwise, it's just goddamn caffeine, man.
Hey, I'm drinking that every day faithfully. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing that or not, but that's what I do. So, hey, shout out to everyone out there that's drinking that goddamn caffeine, boy. Hey, man, this was great. Hey, Dr. Poole, let the folks know what you can help them with out there in the LA area.
Yeah, we're doing pool cleaning and spa cleanings, and we're going to get those pools and spas nice and crystal clear for you. We're going to make sure your chemicals are all legit, make sure your chlorine and your pH levels are fine. We're going to be doing some filter cleanings also. So you can reach me at Don Rumpf here at Don.Rumpf on the Instagram.
Right there.
Yep, or on the Facebooks. You could even type in that same name for Twitter, and I'll pop up on Twitter. And, check out my Facebook page. I got some cool millennial videos you guys might like too.
Hit them up.
Yeah, add me. I'm looking for it. I need to grow my clientele list, so send some invites.
Hey, do that. And then I'm helping folks start their vacation rental. So there's a link in the description below. If you have a spot and you're like, man, I want to start my own Airbnb, click that link in the description below and follow the step-by-step guide in that, and you can actually be on your way to starting your vacation rental. So other than that, hey man, it's Monday night, it's Labor Day. Thank y'all for spending this night with us. Y'all have a great rest of the week. We love y'all.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. A great night.
Now let's drink.